We're not against rap. We're not against rappers. But we are against those.
Something big about to happen. I hear the beat tapping. We some fly rhyming felines rapping on the track. Better yet, grab a gat, cause we hot like Enzo. Doors closed, windows up, cause that's the way we like to ride. Windy City hitting. Check mic 1 2 1 2. We live, baby.
Yeah, that would be great.
Okay. Well, yeah.
I'm trying to, say start or something. Okay. I'm going to start this. Okay, well, anyway, you ready?
Look, I'm ready. Are you ready? Let's go. I'm here with you.
Okay. Alright, what's up, y'all? Welcome back to Speak Your Mind Radio. You know, I'm your hostess with the mostest, Miss Hip Hop.
Yeah.
AKA Queen Star. And today we have a very creative person in the house. Not only is he an artist, but he is a producer. Shit. And he goes by the name of the MKS Master.
Yes.
What's up, man?
Thank you. How you doing today? I'm blessed.
That's what's up. Well, you know, today, I'm glad to interview you. It's been a minute or whatever, so let's just start the interview off with an icebreaker question.
All right.
Damn.
Yo, we can be honest. Like we just spent like the last hour trying to get this call set up. So you know, we're in the balance of just trying to get back in the swing of this. You know, just run back up to it. But you know, I'm pretty loose, so just ask away. I'm here for you.
Alright, cool. What's the best thing that's happened to you within the past week?
In the past week?
Yeah.
I'd say the best thing that's happened to me this week is definitely going to be the fact that because I'm not just an artist. I'm a multifaceted mogul, so I like to go by. I'm a videographer, photographer, music producer, artist, you know, and a director. So I have a lot of creative influences and creative passions that I put into my work. I feel like they all coincide within each other. And actually, I've been living in LA now for almost 2 years. And I shot my first official music video and prepped a treatment for all one artist a couple days ago. And I haven't had the chance to really do that since I've been out here in LA, because a lot of people that I've came across who've been on the music video scene haven't been really serious, or if they were serious, they kind of just fell off of the wagon, as in they didn't have the finances to be able to mess with me and my goals, or they didn't really see the vision that I was trying to present to them. So, right. You know, be that for what it is, I got my chance to step my foot back into the music video scene that I haven't been in almost 2 years. So that's probably one of the biggest highlights for me this week.
Well, that was a whole lot. That's good. That's really good. Okay. Well, tell the listeners, a little bit about yourself. How was it like growing up on the West Coast, and and when did you start actually taking your music career seriously?
Okay. Well, for starters, I was originally born in Columbus, Ohio. Lived there for the first 16 years of my life, and sort of had passions for music since the very beginning. You know, my father is a cinematographer in the industry. He's been in the industry for almost 30 plus years, and you know, on his journey in becoming a cinematographer, there was a point in time where he really wanted to be a drummer, and he bought a drum set and was always in the drums, and he met my mom, and then they had me, and I always kind of saw him, he'll do his films, he'll do horror movies in, Columbus, Ohio, Cincinnati, and travel all over Ohio just to do these little movies. but he'll come home and go do a concert on the weekend. And that was just so intriguing to me that he would live his life like that. And then eventually, you know, he ended up taking his film more serious, and he delved into his film more. But, you know, seeing that really inspired me. So then, boom, flash forward, I'm 22 now. I live out in Los Angeles, and I've always, you know, since seeing him, I've always had a passion to make beats, because I just feel like that was the same way as playing drum. You know, you're creating patterns, and then if you know how to play, and then I also know how to play the piano, so I would just add piano patterns over top of that. I learned about sampling. I just added on to that, and you know, I always had a passion for music. I love music, and you know, when I came out to LA, I just really got more in touch with that aspect of myself, and that feeling of myself. You know, I'll go live my life, whatever, come home, and I have a home studio right here, and I can just pick up my microphone and record a song, or I can record vocal chops and put it in a beat. You know, I don't necessarily at this point in time consider myself a rapper by any means. I still consider myself a creative who likes to rap and makes dope beats. You know, so
exactly.
when I want to put those, when I want to get on the track and I want to rap, it's because I have something to say. I'm not one of these cats that want to be a mumble rapper, just want to come out here and just, you know, rap just to say I'm rapping. Like, no, if I'm on a track, if I'm rapping on a track, it's with a purpose. You know what I'm saying? If that's to make someone prosper, or if that's to say get money, fuck bitches, like that. There's a purpose. There's a true motive and purpose. I'm gonna do it in a creative way.
Exactly. No, I understand what you're saying. It's just like that's not the head of your you know, your ambition and your goals or whatever. Like when you just want to do it, you just do it. You just kind of go with the flow. But your main passion is like producing, right?
Producing will always come first.
Yeah. So yeah, I definitely agree. And I mean, I just like your sound and everything like that. I think you make beats like. It's like it's different from like other producers' beats that I heard before in the past. Like to me, it's like yours is more unique. Like it's like more layered. It's like a lot of hidden references, and you know what I'm saying. Like I would date it back if I was just like guessing like to the 60s. It's like the language and everything like that, and then you could just kind of see like how you did it, but then like it's not no recipe or no like no outline of really how you did it, because you just did it with your feelings. So yeah, it's dope.
I you know, I draw a lot of my inspiration from Kanye, from, you know, Outkast. I got a lot of inspiration, you know, even though he's not popular right now, R. Kelly and his work that he did with Mr. Biggs. You know, that was a really like that has such a hold on how I see music and I perceive music. It's ridiculous. And then recently, I found out about a guy named Jay Dilla, who, you know, is a pretty popular producer. They say that it's your favorite producer's favorite producer, and I've heard of him, but I never really got to dive in onto who he was. And like after hearing his work, after hearing his beats, I just saw a reflection of myself in what he was doing. You know, I don't necessarily feel like I imitate him, but I feel like he started something that I was kind of progressing on my own, and he just gave me some pieces to finish up. And honestly, if you get a chance, you know, go listen to his work. I based my this process in this instrumental EP I just released off of what he gave to the world. You know, he really inspired me for this EP.
Okay, well, talk more about the EP since we know the inspirations behind it.
Yeah, so this instrumental EP is called No Excuses. Essentially, I made this EP when I was at my most uninspired point in my life.
What?
Yeah, it was insane, because like the start of 2020, I literally came in with the flu, and I had so many plans of how I wanted to start the new year, do XYZ. You know, my birthday was coming right around the corner after that. I was so pumped. I had such a headstrong mind state, and then boom, caught the flu. I was out of commission for like 2 weeks. Stayed in bed my whole entire birthday. My birthday's January 13th. And I literally like got up when I was feeling better and had no aspiration to make beats, take pictures, do anything. Like I felt just truly uninspired. I've never felt like that before in my life. And I kept just going around on my friends. You can ask them to this day. My friend Deuce Flame, I came up to him. I said, "Yo, man, I'm uninspired." And he's like, "Why are you uninspired?" Damn. And I just told him, I was like, "I don't know, bro. Like, I just feel uninspired. I don't feel like there's anything pushing me forward anymore." You know? He's like, "Really?" And I was like, "Yeah, man." And I was like, "Yo, if you want, we can just let's just go out and create some. I don't care what it is. I don't care what it could be. But just let's just go out and do something." We went out. We took pictures. We came home. We made beats. But I just didn't feel like anything was satisfying, you know? Like, it's just that feeling. So then I went home, and I felt like that for the rest of January. And then the start of February, what happened? Something happened in February that kind of just, it sparked my interest to just say to myself, why do I just keep saying I'm uninspired? What is the purpose of me saying I'm uninspired at this point? And I somehow wrapped it around the fact that I had been putting excuses in front of myself to start and jump forward into 2020 like I've always planned. You know, I've been thinking about 2020 since I was 10 years old. You know, I was thinking that this is gonna be my year. I'm gonna, come out, make $1 million, and I still believe that. But it was just the simple fact that when 2020 started, I didn't take it the bull by the horns, you know? So this EP, like, when I had that epiphany, I was just like, this is an excuse. It doesn't matter if I feel uninspired. It doesn't matter if, I don't feel like I'm at where I need to be. I have all the tools to make something happen. Even if I don't feel like I'm making something happen, as long as I'm pushing that needle forward, I'm getting to where I need to be. And that realization, that thought is what pushed this whole entire EP to light. I started just getting on IG Live and just I was already on there playing piano. I was like, you know what, let me get on there and actually make beats again. So I started making beats. And then, it was mid-February, I got on, I was just making a beat, and then next thing you know, it's I find like this little loop pattern, this and I was like, yo, this is kind of crazy. So I put it into my machine, I chop it up, I'm making it kind of like have a different bounce to it. It's like it was kind of going. Then I added some drums on it. I added just a regular 808, and I was just building the beat. And I was like, all right, well this got a little bump to it. Let me add some. It needs some strings or something. And then boom, found this loop, chopped it up again, and then the rest is history. That ended up becoming track 6 on the EP called Ballroom. And I remember like the moment I pressed that first key of the like I felt it. I was like, oh wow. And I look over to the live and I saw everyone is like giving me thumbs up. Everybody's like, yo, this loop is crazy, blah 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 blah. And from that moment on, I knew I had the spark I needed. So then I went through. I think I took about 4 or 5 weeks of just making beats nonstop. I just made like 4 or 5 beats a day, and I stacked up enough, went through them all, crafted this EP, sequenced it all together, and I put it out to the world. So that was essentially what this was. This was kind of an impromptu thing. I'm not big on the whole entire rollouts. I'm big on releasing the project and moving forward and letting it grow with me in my aspirations of what I do. Because at the end of the day, music is a reflection of where I am or where I was. And when you see the growth of where I am now to that project, I feel like that adds more impact to it than just trying to say, "Oh, look at me." Like, no, that's not the point,
Exactly. That is so true. Like, your art has to appease you first, like, cause you your own versus, critic and everything like that. Like Erykah Badu say, I'm an artist and I'm sensitive about my shit. Like, hell yeah.
Yeah. Look, every artist is. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's them. It's what we're bringing to the world. But that's the point of this whole entire no excuses. Some artists use that as a crutch to not move themselves forward. That's just how you feel.
Right.
That's an excuse that you're putting in front of yourself. You have to get past that, because at the end of the day, we're here to inspire, and that's the greatest thing that you can give another creative.
Yeah.
That's what I'm here for, and that's the message I'm trying to really preach with this tape. So.
Yeah, that's what's up. Because at the end of the day, like, if you ain't got no message in what you say, then what the fuck is you talking about then? Like, why are you here?
Then why are we
like,
talking?
You can't be here for the fans. What fans? You know what I'm saying? You your number one fan. You do it because you like to do it. Don't be a heckler,
I love that.
Say what?
I said I love that. That's very true.
Yeah. So true. That's why I don't want to deal with nobody's bullshit. But if you can make art out your bullshit, real art, then I can only respect that,
100%.
So like, what advice would you give to like new and up and coming producers that people that are working toward being a great engineer, and what I'm saying, like, what kind of advice would you give to people just starting off?
My number one advice is listen to everything that these producers that are out here saying and doing and telling you that's right, and do the exact opposite. That is the first advice I can give to any of these producers. I remember when I first started out here, I was making beats on the phone. People were judging me just because I like to make beats on the phone. I just thought it was the easiest thing, because I can craft the idea. I can be in the middle of class, craft a whole basic idea, send it to my computer, get home, track it out, and then have a beat ready. But I didn't spend that time, in class like, oh, I got an idea for the beat. I can't wait to get home. Then get home. It's not the same thing I just thought of. Now it's something completely different. You lose time, you lose inspiration like that, and I don't. Time is everything. Time is all that we have. So if there's something in the moment that you can capture it. You know what I'm saying? You never know when you'll see that again, or you never know when you'll feel that again. So, essentially that's my advice. Because when I started, I did that. There were people who, when I first started, said, "Oh, if your hi-hats aren't exactly on a 16th note the whole entire of the beat, no one's gonna rap on it. No one wants to rap on beats where the hi-hats are going left, right, up, and down." Okay, you may think that, and I guess the top records in the world, quote unquote, are like that. There's no changes at all to the beat. But what I'm gonna tell you is this: if at the end of the day, if the person who's listening to your beat can't rap on your beat, they're not meant to be on your beat. Simple.
Period. Right.
Simple. There's no, this whole entire hypocrisy or this whole entire false narrative that gets preached on. Oh, the beat's got to be a certain way. No, it doesn't. These drum patterns that y'all coming up with, these loops that y'all making sound the exact same. Yeah, it's your own swing, I guess. You use this bell instead of that bell that Metro Boomin used. At the end of the day, it's the same format. When are we gonna break the format? When are we going to show that it doesn't have to be this bounce that is successful? It doesn't have to be this type of kick pattern to be successful. Create. You know what I'm saying? Create. And you know what? If it isn't meant to go to Lil Yachty, if it isn't meant to go to Lil Uzi, fucking Joey Badass will probably rap on it. You know what I'm saying? Like, this narrative. That's my biggest thing.
In this one little tiny ass box.
Yes.
Like, gee, there's no certain pattern. There's no certain way. Like, if you do it that way, that's just how you do it.
Exactly. Be unique. Yeah. Step out the box. What is the box in the first place? Ask yourself that. What is this? What is the box that you're staying in? Think outside of it. Move, mix and match. I see. I get heated talking about that. I really do. It makes me not mad, but it makes me. I'm more concerned when I start talking about how producers sort of get that hive mindset and start doing that thing. I just feel like there's so much creativity in the world. Why follow the same path that everyone says is the creative way? So.
Yeah, I mean, I guess that's just a mystery, I suppose, but whatever. Let's talk about, speaking of talking about beats and everything and like that, let's talk about your beat. It's called Let's Try Again.
Yes.
Like, you mind taking us through the your creative process behind the beat, and what did you envision while putting it together and everything?
So, I'm not going to give away where I got that sample from. I will say that. But when I heard it live, and I just immediately took out my phone, pressed my voice memos, and recorded that guitar loop. So when I heard it, I had the vision, because I've always wanted to make beats for the lo-fi crowd, but in my own way. I wanted to make those chill lo-fi beats that you can kind of listen to on loop for hours and hours and hours. And I've always wanted to make that perfect loop, you know, like or as Jay Dilla would say, that perfect donut. And to me, I was just so focused on that, and that was a beat that when I heard that guitar, you know, strum, I was just like, yo, this is smooth. So when I put in my DAW, I just put it straight in, and then I got the BPM, and it was some odd BPM. Like, it was like, I think it was like 160.49, you know, type of BPM. Like, it was not an even BPM at all. And then when I started laying my drum loops, I started realizing I can't even quantize. This won't even be a beat that can get quantized. It was like the kicks were everywhere, the snares are everywhere. So when I realized the beat's like that, I don't start over. I keep going with it. You know, so I'm like, all right, well, if the snare's gonna fall over here and it's not gonna fall in the same place every time, fuck it. Like, we gonna roll. We gonna how we craft the beat around that. So I'm building the beat, and you know, I started with that loop, and I started with the kick after that, and I was just like, all right, got the kick down, got the snare in, and I put a hi-hat in, right? And when I put the hi-hat in, it didn't give the bounce I wanted, you know what I'm saying? So I was like, all right, well, how can I get the bounce that I wanted? So then I tracked out the beat. I think it was like 32 bars. And so I had that 32 bars with just a snare, kick, in the guitar loop. So once I tracked that out, I went in and got a shaker, and then if you listen to the beat, that shaker changes the whole entire pace of the song. It's the whole entire 32 bars. That it's a different shaker pattern the whole entire time, and that gave the bounce I wanted. So then after that, I just had fun. I put in my sound effects. You know, I'm a really, really big Ed Nettie fan. So I had this sound pack where. Yeah, like it childhood favorite, childhood classic. So then I was layering like Ed and Eddie sound effects through the whole entire thing. Then at the very end, I took some from one of the episodes where I think they were like stuck out in the middle of nowhere, and Ed was like, "We gotta get away before you know the life forms come and suck our brains out. We must find shelter." And I just felt like that was a great way to kind of end the beat, because the way that the vibe I was trying to get, it was just kind of like, you know, you're just walking along, you know what I'm saying? Right, you know, exactly. You're kind of just like enjoying life as it passes by. You know, when I added everything to that beat, I remember actually laying down in bed. I let that beat just roll for like, I believe it was like 2 days straight. And I just listened to it, cause honestly that beat, I didn't know if it was gonna go on the tape, because it was just so interesting. You know,
it was intricate too.
It's very intricate. It was a lot of pieces. There's a lot of pieces to it that I didn't feel were right, but some of them were too perfect to not like take away. It was a lot of that. And then so I let that loop. And then I remember the day before I decided to release the beat tape, I was talking to my dad, and he's a really big live player, live drummist, and he kept talking to me about, oh, you know what I'm saying, your bass lines, your bass lines to your beats, they're good, but they could, I can still tell that you gotta work on it. You gotta work on it. And I don't know why I took that as a challenge, but that beat didn't even have a bass line to it. And he kept showing me all these like famous bass players that played alongside his favorite drummers, and I was just like, oh, well, I see what he's doing with a bass pattern. I kind of feel the vibe he's adding to the gumbo that you would call a live performance. Why not add that to this beat? So I went back and I grabbed my favorite sub bass, because I wanted something that was indistinct. And I wanted something that you would only hear if you were in certain settings. Like, I didn't want you to be able to tell this was just a loud sub bass, loud 808 when you're just listening on your phone. Like, if you're listening on your phone, I want you to listen to the gumbo of the song that it just created here. So then boom, added that little sub bass that it doesn't have. It's completely polar to the whole entire beat in itself. That's what I really like about it. It's got its own swing, but it tells its own story to the whole entire beat, and that was the final touch to let me know that I was ready to put this out. So that was sort of the creative process behind it, and I guess I can tell you the reason why I called it "Let's Try Again" is because when I was making the beat, I was on FaceTime with somebody, and their call just kept failing. And it just kept failing while I was making this beat. And I just was like, all right, well, let me go back on here, make the beat, call me again. Answer, we'll talk, FaceTime will fail, go back on here and make the beat. And it was that consistent process. Like, it just never felt consistent. So that's how I felt the beat was. It was never consistent. It was its own creation. It was its own vibe. And that's why I called it "Let's Try Again."
Well,
I know. I told you the whole.
There's a lot of layers to this beat.
Yeah, I told you the whole thing, but yeah.
You said it without saying too much at the same time, because it's just like everybody is different. Like for me, like literally, when I listen to a beat or somebody else's beat, I can hear your feelings on the beat, if that makes sense or whatever. Like, oh, okay, they was excited at this point with all these damn hi-hats and 808s or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Oh, they was thinking about the, I don't know. It's just like crazy, though. It shit go up and down, but I like it, though.
Yeah.
Okay, so, like, let me see. Like, have you ever, like, performed any of your songs, though?
Yeah, so I performed. Let me back up. So I've performed my song twice. I officially have one song out, but I have two songs out in the world. I got one on SoundCloud, one on Apple Music. So I performed both of those. Now, this song that is the start of the EP, I Make Everything, I only performed once right before COVID shut down. A little like intimate bar setting, and I performed it there. It was a cool experience, but I haven't performed it since. Before I started, rapping, I did perform my music 2 different times. I performed one at my college pageant, and I performed another time at a spoken word bar, where all I did was talk poetry over my first beat tape.
Okay, that's nice. Okay, so you just kind of like, you got a lot of hobbies where you just like mix it with your creativity. Well, like you said, your main ambition is composing music, period.
Yeah. At the end of the day, I don't even consider it all hobbies, because I feel like hobbies are sort of like they're backhands to the creative, because at the end of the day, I'm here to create. Whatever role I'm in, I will excel in. Whatever role the team needs, I'm here for. That's lit, and that's a message that I've been trying to preach for a long time. That's why I make everything, because I feel like that's a creative theme song. Like, there are people out here who are creatives who truly live by that word and know that word, and I feel like they get capped off at the end of the day. They get put in boxes, they get put in shells to where they don't necessarily get to feel like their creative message is getting, preached out anymore.
Exactly. So do you ever, as a creator yourself, do you ever feel like you're yelling and screaming to get like your attention or whatever?
No, I mean, yeah, no. Yes and no. I definitely used to feel like that. I used to feel like no one would ever notice, no one would ever, hear what I'm trying to preach out. But again, no excuses, like, keep creating, keep showing your art, keep doing you, keep progressing forward in the vision that you have, and the world is going to see. It's just that simple. The world is going to see. I never thought, at the times where I thought I would never rap, I rapped, and now I'm doing a podcast about it. So
right,
you just gotta just keep going. People will see eventually, and I just hope I'm the living proof of that. I guess that's what I'm here to preach. The world is going to end up saying the MKS Master one day. It ain't gonna be MKS forever.
Exactly.
So
and what you reap is what you sow. You feel me?
Exactly.
You create that vortex, so nobody can fucking touch you. Mm-hmm. You're your own vortex.
Most definitely. I love that.
Alright, so I didn't want to talk about your song, I Make Everything. That song was like, I listened to it like, I don't know how many times in a row, honestly, and it was just like, you were telling you were telling us a story, but it was like on a long journey, you know what I'm saying? Like, and the beat that you was rapping over, did you produce that beat too?
Yes, I did.
See, yeah, that's what it is, because like, your storytelling is, like I said, is a long story. It's like something to be heard, though. Like, it's worth listening to like 5 or 6 times in a row, like, and then like the beat is already so together, a couple together, they hypnotize, and so it's just like, and then it feel like a West Coast beat or whatever. It's like really laid back, and your voice is alluring on the track, and you know what I'm saying, it's really dope or whatever. But yeah, so I like it. So tell me the story behind that song, the concept.
So that song was actually something that I freestyled, I want to say back in the beginning of 2019. I think it was like March. I made the beat, and I was like, when I heard it and I heard the final product, I'll be honest, I couldn't believe what I was hearing, because it just sounded like I needed to be on there. I was like, I just need to rap on this beat. But something just kept holding me back from doing it. It was, it was excuse after excuse. It was like, oh, I don't have my mic yet. Oh, I don't have this yet. I don't have my sound system yet. Oh, I don't do this. I don't have that. And I just kept kind of pushing myself back. I was like, well, I will wait. I'm going to wait until I get someone else to record me. And it just kept waiting longer and longer and longer. And then I think it was back of... Honestly, I think it was No. It was back to when I did the show. It was back to when I did the show back in January of this year. I had that song. It's been written. I freestyled it, wrote it out, and I was just like, all right. Well, whenever it's time for me to record, I'm gonna just keep practicing it until I know it like the back of my head. Which now I do. So it was just like, I got to the show, it was intimate, it was, it was called the Little Vibe, like stand up, whatever. But the Little Vibe place, it was open mic, and we got there, and I saw it was an intimate setting. Not a lot of many people were there, and I just kind of said to myself, you know what? All these people are up here showcasing who they are. Why am I going to be the lone wolf that just sits here with a camera and not say anything. So I go up to the host. I say, hey, I have a song I want to perform. Do you mind if I do that? He said, yeah. I just so happen to have my hard drive with me. I go up to the DJ. I tell him the song to play, and he runs it. And since I knew it by heart, I just went up there and I just spoke my truth. After I did that and I saw the reception people said, I was just like, you know what? It's time I recorded this. So I took away all excuses from doing it. I took my phone that I'm recording this this off of, went to voice memos, played the beat off of my computer, and I tracked out the whole entire song off of my voice memos. Put it into my DAW using AirDrop. Boom. Now I send it off to my engineer VW who lives in Dallas. He sent it back to me, mixed, mastered it, and that's the song that you hear now.
Damn, that's dope, and that's what consistency takes, ladies and gentlemen.
Most definitely.
That's dope as hell. I'm so happy that you got that out and everything like that. And there's also another thing to learn from, like learn to be grateful for what you do have and stop thinking about the things that you don't have, because you never make it to the next level if you don't be grateful for where you at right now, period. So that's a little tip. Yeah.
Oh, before we go any further, I did want to just say that the story behind the song is just essentially that was my life in point in time. I went through a whole bunch of rigmarole to get to where I am today, which is living in Los Angeles, and that's what the song is essentially about. The song was about me coming from Dallas, stepping out my comfort zone, and now living in Los Angeles and living my truth that I make everything. And my life is crazy. It's unique. I can't say too many people could probably live the way I live, but it's unique, and I know it's a story that someone needs to hear, and that's the point of the song.
Wow, that was, and that's where my mind was taking me on that journey. I remember I kept saying it was like a long journey.
Yeah.
Oh, that's what it was. So I know what I was hearing, but I just wanted you to say it. So. Okay. So you wanna play a game? We're gonna play these games, bro.
Sure, I like games.
Okay. And this game is called Finish the Lyrics. Alright, let's get started. Alright. Okay. RESPECT. Find out what that means to me.
Oh.
Finish the lyric.
RESPECT. Find out what it means to me. RESPECT. They got me to me. Shock it to me, shock it to me, shock it to me, shock it to me, shock it to me. Hey. Just a little bit, hey, baby, just a little bit. RESPECT. That was like. Is that what you looking for? Is that what you looking for?
Aretha Franklin. It was 1967. Respect. Yeah. It was RESPECT. Take care of TBC. Yeah. But you basically got it. Alright, here's another one.
You said you basically got it. Look, I look. My mama used to put these songs on in the car on the way home back when we lived in Ohio. So like, I know the tempo, I know the vibe of all of them. I may not know the artist, or I may not know like the exact words. But trust me, I'm gonna dance it out. I'm gonna let you know I feel it.
Right. Oh shit. Okay, here's another one. Turn up. Wait. All right. Turn up to Rihanna while the whole club fucking wasted. Every time I drop, finish the lyric.
Ooh, repeat that?
Okay. Turn up to Rihanna while the whole club fucking wasted. Every time I drop.
I don't know that one.
Okay. Do you know the artist?
No, I don't know anything about that song. Like I'm sitting here so lost. I'm like, I can't hear a beat or nothing in my head. I'm like, yo.
Oh my god, it's so funny. It's Rihanna's "Bitch Better Have My Money." So when she say turn up to Rihanna while the whole club fucking wasted, every time I drop in a drop top doing 100, y'all in the rearview mirror racing, and that was like Rihanna's "Bitch Better Have My Money" 2015.
I'm trying to figure out where she said that. I might have to pull that one up on my computer. All I remember is I called her shots. Like blah blah blah. Oh my goodness.
I should have did that lyric then, but anyway, yeah, basically. Well, I guess that's it for the game or whatever.
All right, you go home with half a car.
What'd you say?
I said, all right, and your prize is half a car or half a whatchamacallit, half a key, goddamn. Oh my god, I didn't mean to be that bad. I'm so sorry.
No, it's all good. It's all good. But so you won basically. So now your prize is to be put on my Spotify playlist. It's only exclusive to artists that's been on the show. So.
Hey. Thank you.
Congratulations. You're welcome. So just, tell everybody where they can hear you, buy your beats and everything like that.
Alrighty. So look, all social media is cool. Everything I go by is the MKS Master. But let me tell you the best way to get everything that I have to offer for you. And that is to go to themixmaster.com, an interactive website that showcases my portfolio in photography, videography, and a whole section dedicated to my music and my productions. If you want to hear my beats, I do not sell my beats. I only sell exclusives. But if you would like to listen to my beats, you can go to rapchat/themixmaster. rapchat.com/themixmaster. Hear all my beats on there. My website shows the portfolio of all my music, so projects I've executive produced, artists that I've artist managed, and that I've gave consultations to. Excuse me. You can find my instrumental EP there at No Excuses, The Mix Master. And yeah, all social media, that's Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, everything, The Mix Master. And then lastly, join the Mix Clique. It is a society of people that I'm bringing together that are creatives who want to be involved in events here in LA that I also host and am a part of, that I like to send out to people. It's an email list. Join along, join the Mix Clique, get involved, and get into the circle of people. Lastly, I also have this thing called Timeless Tunes. It is a monthly playlist series. It is actually the 20th today. It's the 20th of May. And every month on the 20th, I release a playlist to Spotify and Apple Music. It is a exclusive playlist that just highlights timeless music that I believe that will go on and last forever. It's a lot of we're in an era now where it's a lot of just trash being thrown at the wall. I wanted to make something that's a little bit more concise, that I partner with a couple people and we bring to light the real music from all different time periods and cohese it into what we have now. So
that's pretty cool.
That's everywhere. Timeless Tunes on Spotify. You can look it up, Timeless Tunes, and then the Pacific month is May, June, July, whatever. You will find us there.
I like that. I'm gonna look that up on Spotify tonight. Timeless Tunes. Sounds dope. Alright, man. Well, I appreciate you stopping through. Why don't you introduce your song to everybody?
Okay. What you want to start with first? I Make Everything? Well,
yeah.
Again, this is a song that is not only for me and the hardships and trials and tribulations I had to go through to get to the man I am today, but it is also a message for you, the creatives, to step out on a limb and go and continue to just push yourself forward, no matter what people say. So we present to you I Make Everything. The title track.
Alright, guys. Let's get it. And after that, we're going to play Let's Try. Peace. I don't know how that is. So...
The title of this next song expresses our feelings. Thank you very much. 1, 2, 3.
He's the man that I consider my master. I hope I can become as strong as he is someday. So what do you think that Master was ran off